Hi everybody and welcome. This is the Apostate Prophet. I hope you're having a great day. This will be a very quick video. I'm currently working on a whole major response to Muhammed Hijab, who recently tricked me into a discussion, which is very funny. The only way he would have an online discussion with me is by tricking me and catching me unprepared with his two friends. Anyway, I'm going through that right now, and I will publish the end of Muhammed Hijab, or the complete destruction of Muhammed Hijab, very soon. But related to that, there is an issue. During our discussion, when I brought up the capital punishment for apostasy in Islam, Muhammed Hijab resorted to answering with his response instead and what he believes in. And he suggested that Muslim countries should not execute apostates, but relocate them to other non-Muslim countries instead. So instead of executing apostates, he wants to exile apostates. Fine, sounds better than executing apostates, right? At least you can send them away to different countries, and I'm pretty sure that most apostates, even in our time, don't want to live in Muslim countries anyway. In fact, maybe all Muslim countries should adopt this and should deport everybody who leaves Islam. Not even Muslims want to live in Muslim countries. Maybe this way, Islam would quickly die, because everybody would just leave Islam just to leave the Muslim countries. We should really test that, would be great. But there is a problem. The problem is that Muhammed Hijab said that this was a classical opinion, that this was an option that is in line with classical Islamic jurisprudence. But that's not really true. It turns out that Muhammed Hijab's suggestion is actually unorthodox, that it is based on misunderstandings. What he means is that Muhammad made an agreement with the polytheists in the time when Muhammad was rising and gaining power, where he agreed with his polytheist opponents that if people from his side flee to the polytheists, then the polytheists don't have to send those people back. Muhammad made this agreement with the polytheists because he was not strong enough, and this agreement was full of compromise. Muhammed Hijab, however, references this treaty and some scholars who talked about this treaty and suggests that this treaty poses an example that instead of killing apostates, an Islamic state could just relocate apostates to a different place. But what happened in this agreement was not that the Muslims relocated apostates into a different place, but that they didn't chase those apostates who flee to the polytheists. And the scholars that Muhammed Hijab referenced in order to back up his weird suggestion also didn't really suggest what Muhammed Hijab suggests, but just suggested that a ruler could make a treaty, an agreement with different countries, in which apostates, if they flee, don't have to be brought back or sent back. So, long story short, Muhammed Hijab misunderstood something. And the whole point that he was trying to make, in response to my criticism of Islam because of its apostasy laws, was void, because Muhammed Hijab gave a false opinion that is not in line with Islam, that is considered unorthodox. Muhammed Hijab further tried to clarify and justify his position, but his Muslim supporters and other Muslim apologists opposed to that and said, hey, you're misunderstanding this, bro. This is not right. So as we are standing, Muhammed Hijab's apologetics on the issue of apostasy are false. And that was a major part of our discussion. By the way, this shouldn't be lost, although I will definitely include this in my big video. Muhammed Hijab's suggestion that apostates shouldn't be executed but relocated is not due to his compassion for apostates or because he is so reasonable. No, his suggestion is based on the fact that Islamic states could not come out and say, yeah, we should kill apostates. They could not implement such a thing in today's time because they would be boycotted and attacked by more powerful Western countries, by liberal countries. He thinks that, therefore, Islamic states shouldn't kill apostates right now. And he also thinks that killing apostates is an option. And if his dear Muslim apologist friends and his scholar friends come to the agreement that his suggestion does not sound reasonable and that they should kill us instead, then he would agree with them. What needs to happen now is that Muhammed Hijab needs to come out and clarify what his position is. Does he take that suggestion back and support the killing of apostates in his Islamic state? And according to him, a Muslim country, a country that is majority Muslim, should implement such an Islamic state. And Muhammed Hijab wants to spread Islam. Or does Muhammed Hijab stand by his unorthodox suggestion and want to reform Islam and abandon such atrocious practices? Which would be a lie, to be very honest. I think he really needs to clarify this. To be very honest, I could go on and make my video anyway, and I will do that. The main reason that I'm making this video is just to show something to everybody. Do you see what's going on here? Muslims, Muslim apologists, supported by so many mainstream Muslims, so many out there, hundreds of thousands, are currently arguing whether it is okay that Muhammad Hijab suggests exiling, deporting, systematically getting rid of people who leave Islam, or whether that is deviant and we should all stick to executing people who leave Islam. Should we execute people for their beliefs or exile people for their beliefs? Should we massacre people or relocate them forcibly? Can you imagine how it would look if a different group did what they are doing right now? Imagine a different group was trying to figure out whether they should exile the Jews or put them into concentration camps and kill them. Oh wait, that happened, right? Imagine we were out here casually discussing whether we should deport people who convert to Islam or put them into camps and kill them. But you don't need to imagine this one. This is happening right now. Muslims, famous Muslim apologists, are discussing whether they should deport people who no longer believe in Islam or whether they should massacre people who no longer believe in Islam. Actually, they are not discussing. It's just one apologist who comes out saying, hey, we should deport those people instead. And the others are like, what are you talking about, brother? That's not right. We should kill them. So they are basically discussing the apostate question and the final solution to the apostate question. How fantastic. You know what? It's ironic that every ex-Muslim that I know opposes the systematic persecution and eradication and killing of Muslims. Whereas most of these people who are Muslims, the people that we try to protect, support the eradication of me and every other ex-Muslim out there. But they are the good ones, the morally superior ones, because there is nothing wrong with massacring apostates, because that's right according to Islam. But it's terribly wrong to persecute Muslims, because that's persecution in Islam. Hypocrites. Absolutely crazy lunatics and hypocrites. No wonder they are scared to engage in actual debates where we have to listen to each other and respond to each other, instead of resorting to trickery and ambush. Well, that's what they have to do, because they can't kill us right now. If you want to help me in my fight against this evil and in my comprehensive deconstruction of this guy and his beliefs, which will come very soon, you can support my work on Patreon. Thank you all so much. I will be back. Have a great day and stay away from Islam.